Hi, this is editing me. I'm finally putting together the video, vlog, whatever you want to call it, for River Fette. I'm combining all the prep work that I did beforehand and the 2 days of River Fette into one video. So this is probably going to be a longer video. A couple of notes. I realized that I didn't catch as much footage of the prep or River Fette itself as I would have liked, simply because I got busy and life happened. Also, I realized as I'm looking back at the videos, I'm recording everything with my phone, and I had the phone in portrait mode instead of landscape mode, so a lot of the prep work is in portrait mode instead of landscape. I'm going to do my best to try to make it work, so this is still very much a learning process for me, so please bear with me and enjoy the video. Hey, I just want to do some recording these next couple of weeks whenever I get a minute where I don't have kids running around or life distracting me, where I give you guys like an update of what all I've been making. I'm still going to do my weekly what I made this week, but these are more for my goal items and kind of show you what all I am doing. So it is Monday. River Fette is not next weekend, the weekend after next. So I got like 10 days left to finish stocking. And also I have to have done by Friday what I am donating to my co-op, homeschool co-op, for the teacher gifts. So I'm just going to show you some of the things I've been working on, not completed works, to keep things going. So let's see, I don't have my normal phone prop out, so I'm using my water glass to kind of prop you up. So I've been making roses, like I already said, for the teacher gifts. I think I have more hidden away somewhere, because I know I made more than I did finding for yesterday. But so far I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need a total of 40 of them. So only 31 more to go. I think if I work diligently and shoot for about 10 a day, I should be able to get them done by Wednesday. And then I can spend Thursday attaching them to their stems and all that good stuff. I've also been working really diligently on making my little reusable water balloons. I honestly don't know how many I have, because I've been making them for a couple of years now, and they are notoriously get like lost and misplaced. As I'm recording this, I see 2 more that didn't make it in this bag. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So I've got 25 of these guys made up. And so that's 2 sets of 12 plus an extra one. And I'm really shooting for a minimum of 10 sets. But I really want 12 because I don't know why. I'm a math nerd. I'm weird. And I've always had this weird fascination that 12 times 12 is 144. I like doing a gross, which is 12 sets of 12. Another thing, I could have been doing a bunch of easier patterns, but instead the other day I impulsively decided I wanted to try to make one of the fairy dragons. I've got his body made, which I was afraid I wasn't going to have enough to do it because I had one skein of this yarn. I don't even remember what color it's called. I just know it's the Michaels Loops and Threads Sweet Baby Snuggle Light. I may be saying the name wrong, but I've had this yarn for a while and I'm really trying to use up a lot of my yarn because I looked at my taxes and how much I spent on yarn last year, and I have a problem. So I've been working on him, and he's gonna have his body obviously, and I'm deciding to do his wings and his spikes in this really pretty green that is some of my leftover posh. I also, where you go, have a car that I'm making because I really struggle on having stuff for boys. So I got this pattern set where it's got like 10 different cars in it. So I have the car body itself made. I still got to make his wheels. I'm debating on looking in. There's a way I can rig them up to roll, but that might be something for me to figure out at a later time when I'm not as pressed for time. So my current goals for the day is to get up to roughly 20 roses done total, like with the 9 that I already have, and maybe pop out a couple more water balloons as I work. I need to finish up that car, and I also need to make sure that I get things going on the housework, so that way we're not struggling and drowning in housework after River Fette. That's happened the past couple of years we've been doing this. Is I'll put like all the housework on hold while I'm stocking up. So I'm gonna try to go back to basics and spend a minimum of an hour a day doing as much housework as possible, kind of cleaning station style, left over from when I was in service. I guess some work's better than no work. I also wanted to say that I did knock out at like 1 o'clock Easter morning my kids' Easter gifts. I have no idea where they are, and I didn't think to take pictures of them because Easter I was very tired and I had to get up stupid early to get dinner in the oven and all that stuff before I went to church with the kids. And like, I'm just barely coming downstairs from being upstairs at damn near noon, and I honestly feel no regrets. I needed some time to get myself back together. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys off. I'm going to go get some housework done. I'm going to try to knock out some roses. If the kids continue to be playing outside by the time I sit down and crochet, then I might even record some of me actually crocheting. I don't know yet. I think I'm also going to limit my video gaming to maybe only about a half hour a night instead of my couple of hours that I do. Just so that way I can squeeze in as much time as possible. I'm not low on stock, but I will feel better if I have more than I think I need. So until next time. Alright, another quick update. I did clean for like half an hour instead of an hour, but I got that done. I knocked out another rose. I found another one while I was cleaning. And also while I was cleaning, I found these littles that I guess I made around Halloween time last year that got lost. So I think I'm going to finish these guys up and add them to my inventory. It's not much. I got a little bitty ghost and a couple of spiders. And I'm also going to finish off my little car. All I got to do is do the tires. I probably could look at the pattern for the tires, but let's be real, it's 4 circles that I gotta sew on. So honestly, I'm probably gonna freehand them. I'm using this newer yarn, well, new to me yarn, that I found on Amazon, trying to find things to replace my Posh. But it's this brand. I don't know how to pronounce that. That's probably backwards for you. But I've got this one that's kind of closer to like the posh version. And then this one that's more of a chenille yarn. Okay, it's called velvet yarn on this one. But I've been really liking it. I really like using different brands and textures in my yarn for the extra sensory feel. So I'm going to get these knocked out and then I'll give you guys another update probably after the kids go to bed. Okay, I'm up to 19 roses. I ran out of the color I was originally using, so I'm going to have to go into my stash to grab a different color. I was really trying for 20 so I could have half and half, but the yarn gods were not in my favor today. I think I'm going to take a break on the roses, and I am going to go try to knock out some of my lily pad frogs that I was telling you about earlier. Okay, another quick update. I got mermaid done before dinner. I really haven't made anything else due to kids, life, all that stuff. It is currently 8:15. I think I don't have much battery left on my phone that I'm recording on, but I think I'm gonna set up my thing and do a time lapse of me making roses until my battery dies, I guess. Right, quick update on what I've got accomplished. I got the tires put on the car, and I did glow-in-the-dark yarn for the headlights. I think I need a little bit more practice on the headlights. They're not as voluminous as I would like, but I just freehanded the wheels. I don't have it where they spin yet. I don't have time to engineer how I want that to work. I have a few ideas, but I don't have time for it to fail. And then these guys I found under my couch in a Ziploc baggie that's left over, I think, from Halloween. But I went ahead, all they needed was their butts sewn up and stuffing, so I got them knocked out. So I figured I'll put them out for River Fette and see how they do. And that's it until the next update. Hello, it's the next day. I got 14 roses done total. I'm gonna try to, my goal is, no wait, I think I got 16. We'll do a count when I'm done with this bit. I don't have much of the yarn I've been using for these roses left. I've been using scrap baby yarn, but I know I have some more yarn up in the attic. I'm gonna ask my hubby wubby to pull down in a little while. I'm going to try to make 4 more roses during this time period. After I'm done with those 4 roses, I want to make some of my lily pad frogs, which is another one of my fidget toys that I do. I can't remember who did the pattern. I need to compile all my patterns that I do. But it's got a lily pad and there's a frog that pulls in and out of the lily pad itself. My goal is to make 3 of those. I'd really like to make 4. And I'm also debating on making some sort of flower throw pillow today. But we will see how the day goes. So give me a minute and I will give you guys a rose count. All right. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. I still need to make a total of 40. So I'm almost halfway there. If I get these 4 done before I get started on my inventory, that'll put me at the halfway mark. And I'm thinking of just using all of tomorrow to make the rest of the roses so I can spend all of Thursday putting them on stems and all of that good stuff, so that way I can bring them up to co-op on Friday. So I don't know yet if this is going to be posted before or after the teacher gifts are given out, but we shall see. Alright guys, it's the next day. I haven't even taken a shower yet for the morning, but I realized I had it recorded what I finished yesterday. We had some bad storms rolling in, and I didn't want to waste my battery just in case we lost power, because I live out in the middle of nowhere, and that happens. But, one second. I did finish 3 of my little froggies. Poppers. I'm hoping to make more, but we'll see how that does. Okay, I just realized I wasn't recording anymore, so I don't know what all I lost, but I over made this rose last night, decided it was time to call quits when I messed that one up. This is before coffee and shower, so I'm about to go take a shower, get some coffee going, and then I don't know, man. I was up till midnight. I messed up a rose. I've never messed up a rose before, but this guess it's proof that we're only human. So I gotta go get in the shower. Maybe that'll help me wake up the rest of the way, because I'm planning on going to Joann's in a couple hours when they open. See what I can get left and say goodbye to them, because yeah, we got less than 7 days with them, and I gotta go say goodbye to my happy place. Alright, I'm here at Joann's. I'm gonna go see what they got left and pay my last respects. I might show you guys what I get. I don't know yet. I do have some other errands that I gotta run today. I gotta go grocery shopping. I gotta go pick up some things, but Joann's was my primary target because they're in their last 7 days. Alright, so it's the next day. Ended up not having a chance to record anymore yesterday. I did grocery shopping, errands, all that stuff, and then I had a friend stop by, and we ended up, their kids and my kids are friends, and they ended up spending the night. If you hear chaos in the background, please ignore it. They're upstairs, supposed to be straightening up their room, but I feel like that is not happening. But I should have 10 minutes. So I'll go ahead and show y'all the yarn I ended up getting from Joann's. That was officially my last time going there, and it's really depressing. So I got 2 skeins of their True Living, Big Twist Living Pride yarn. Inclusivity is what it's called. Some of these skeins have no label. I got Lions brand homespun in Parfait. I got 2 of those. I'm thinking of making a couple of witches hats come this winter / fall out of that. I got Favorite Cotton Magical Mermaids cotton yarn. Again, another Big Twist. I got some Kobo in silver. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet, but Moons and Stars. Alright, so I got a bunch of this Barnett Blanket Extra. I got it in Crimson, Mushroom, Gray Orchid, I got 2 of this colorway, which, let's see if I can find a color. Purple Sunset. Vapor Gray. That's it. This. I also got this super chunky yarn that I use for my throw pillows. The mushroom ones. I have no idea what color it is. It was like this. I don't even know if they charged me for it. They're so over it. And I can't say I blame them. They have less than 7 days left. I also got some more Kobo. There's another one on the table that's this color as well. So I got 2 of this color. And it is steel blue. And I also got just yellow. Thinking of making more of my braiding hair clips out of these. I think the silver one would be really cool if I did like a moon and then did some stars going down braiding in. But I don't know if I have the time to like do that. But we'll try. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. I've been known to pull off some weird things. I also got a bunch of command hooks. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. But when I called hubby to see if we needed some, he said sure, it didn't hurt. And so I was like, it didn't hurt. I've also got a bunch of beads. I've got 2 different sizes of freshwater pearl. Alright, and then I've got some Amazonite beads. And I'm not sure what this is. I think this is... I honestly just don't know what this is. Because this is not labeled correctly. I got put on the wrong thingy. But those guys, I think those are some sort of agate. But don't quote me. I'm going to ask a few of my friends who work with stones a lot. See if they can help me identify it. And go from there. That's all I've got done so far. I'm working on a sunflower pillow. I talked to co-op leadership. They said that I'll be able to turn in those roses next Monday. So I no longer have to rush nearly as much. So, and by the way, that one I told y'all about that I messed up so badly, I had enough extra yarn to make a whole nother rose. So, I don't know where I messed up beyond, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I probably should have been in bed, but, well, joys of being a veteran, sleep's optional. Oh, I missed some yarn. I also got 2 skeins of this one. Homespun as well in mixed berries. So, yay! But, I've got to go feed these children. And, yeah, I need some caffeine. I might actually just run up to the store and get me some Red Bull. But I gotta let the hubby wuppy knows that I'm leaving the house, so I don't know yet. Alright. Until next update, I am planning on doing a what I made this week, which should be already out by the time I post this video. I'm still trying to figure out how I do this type of stuff, but it's a learning process, and we'll learn a little bit at a time. So, take care until next update. I haven't really checked in much in these past few days. I've been tired, exhausted, and busy. But I got all of the roses done. Now, I did have to enlist in some help to wrap all the stems and attach them to the stems to make it a little bit more done. But I finished it yesterday, and I don't want to see another rose again. I loved this project when I was only doing like a few here and there. And honestly, I probably should have broken this into more baby bites than I did. But it's done. I've also gotten several of my littles done. I've been working through there. I've got now fish. I've got dinos. Now keep in mind I do gotta stuff them and everything. I got my version of leggy frogs. I got mushrooms. Okay, another check-in. I've also done a bunch of littles. I still gotta sew them up and stuff them, but I got spiders. I've got dinos. I've got mushrooms. And I've also got little fishies I've made. These are a newer little for me to make. But I kind of like this pattern. It does help me use up those little bitty bits of yarn. Accidentally made this guy look like flounder. Wasn't trying to, but it was like the color combination that I randomly grabbed. So I think I'm going to take the time to sew these all up and then make me something to eat. And then go from there. So I will check in with you guys again soon. All set up at River Fette, and I'm going to give you guys a tour of the table. So here's everything we got. We got the crochet hooks, the stitch markers, keychains, lanyards, my flowers, all my like barnyard creatures, my hats, my skulls, which I really like that, how those turned out. My bucket hats, I don't have very many of those left. I need to make some more. Then we're getting into more of my woodland and sea animals. All of my chokers. My littles and my fidgets. My bass koozies. I know I said I wasn't going to make anything new yesterday, but well, here's a rose I made yesterday. All of these stuffs. We just had rain hit, and hopefully that'll be the only rain we get. This is usually a very busy event, but also Fridays are usually kind of slow. There we go. I'll try to check in here and there as the day goes on. I just sold my dragon for my first sale. I wasn't expecting him to go that quick. Now I wish I'd made more. But it's raining. Hubby had to take the kids back home, but it's going to be a good market. Quick update. I've made a few small sales. The husband's back from dropping the kids off with the babysitter, and I'm not expecting it to be too busy. Honestly, I consider today a win with getting the dragon out. And I've started on making me a glow-in-the-dark pink and black witch hat because I've been wanting to make more glow-in-the-dark hats. So we'll see how much progress I make at this event. I just turned on the lights in my tent, and I wanted to give you guys a quick update as to how things are doing at River Fette. So here's what's left. I managed to sell one of my silk beanies. I sold one of my chokers. People have been loving on all my stuff. I got one of my piggies sold. I sold one of my bunnies. People are loving my stuff, and I love that people love my stuff. And you know, even with how bad the rain we got earlier, it has been a good day, even with how little foot traffic we have been getting, and I am happy. Okay, so we got like an hour left, and I want to show you guys what all we got left right now. So unfortunately, we've had some kids run through here and toss things around, but for the first day of River Fette, I am doing phenomenal. I sold my rose pillow, sold one of my mermaids, sold a piggy. I think I already told y'all that. Sold both of my black chickies, and I've sold a few roses, and I am ecstatic. I normally would already be packing up, but even though it's raining, I think I'm gonna stay put. I'm gonna see how hubby's doing and go from there. So yay. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pack up. It's slowed down and the rain's picking up, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do, because water and crochet just don't easily mix. So while I was breaking down, I had a guy come in and buy one of my brown hats. So that one's my first hat that I think I sold for this market for my witch hats. First witch hat I've sold in a while, now that I think about it. So yay me! Okay, we're on day 2 of River Fette, and let's show you guys what I got left for today. So starting on this table, we did things a little different setup. We got all my little spooky creatures, some of my ocean creatures, crochet hooks, my hair items that I got left, my beer koozies, my barnyard animals. And then we're moving into my different keychains and things, my fidgets, my water balloons, my littles, my chokers, more fidgets, my one random car, and then all of these guys.
He's a goober through and through. Yeah.
Okay, it's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Things have been going quickly. I haven't made too many big purchases, but I'm going to go ahead and show y'all what we got left. So we got these guys. My poor booth is starting to look a little disheveled. I'm probably going to straighten everything up afterwards. The husband's taking the kids home because they were getting too hot and restless, but it's going well today. I don't know what I've made, but I'm doing comfortably, so I'm happy with that. I only have about, let's see, it's 3, it goes till 10, 7 more hours of this to go, but it's always been worthwhile every time I have come out here, and I am happy with it. Real quick, a little bit ago, I just sold my glow-in-the-dark hat, so this has been a great market. I am really happy, although I do have some other complaints, but we'll talk about them later. Okay, it's gotten dark. We went ahead and decided to take down the canopy so that way we can use the street lights to illuminate our stuff. But let's take a look at what's left. We got my bats left still. I got a bunny, chameleon. My blue chickens are the only ones of my little chickens left. All these stuffies here. I got my lanyards, I got my bugs, some of my balloons, some of my chokers. I've sold a lot more than I was expecting. Key change. I have these throw pillows left and these hats left. So in all, not too bad. We got a couple more hours left. Let's see how long I decide to stay.